Right. Hopefully there should be some audio on this. I will test it. Everything seems to be okay here. Yep, good. Time to do some blueprints. So, library. I'll just use my development box. I'm just going to open up my blueprint dev box. Oh. Oh, let's have a few candles. Some nice smells, eh? Hello, viewer. How are you? Oh. You can probably see puppies happening over there. So busy. Oh. Right, I better get my notepad because I need to work out what I'm doing exactly on this. And notepad is my tool of choice. So, let me see. Okay. No. Yes. Okay, so this is where I'm going to be working. Content. Next. Do the cupboard. Okay, so. I'll use a door. I think a door is probably going to be the best example. Yep. Okay. Assets. And that. And that. And I'm just going to store some stuff for this folder just to make it a bit neater for me. So that's better. And I'm going to move all these into there. Done. So this gives me a space to work here. Okay, now I'm going to right click and create a new blueprint class, and I'm going to call this, hello everybody, an adjustable door. So actor, BP, it's a cupboard door. Yep, cupboard door. And 1 just in case I change it. Okay, so now we have this cupboard door single thing. Drag that into my scene and I can start working on it. So BP cupboard door, and let's see, I need a mesh on this. So if I click import, I should have a little cupboard door here. There it is, and there's its texture. So drag that up and drop it. There's our cupboard door there. And that texture will do for the time being. Compile and save. Right. So there we go. There's our cupboard door. Now the idea is I need a bounding box for this. So cupboard door, and I'm going to go to my viewport, add component, and add a collision box. Okay, and this will be player collision. Okay, need to get it round about the middle of this. I don't want it as a child, so it's not hanging underneath the door in any way. So I'm only interested in this having coverage of the actual cupboard door. There we are. I'll turn off my snaps. So basically, if you're in proximity to this door, you'll be able to open it. There we go, that's fine. So it's on both sides. Okay, now I can use that to control opening and closing mechanisms for this. And initially it's going to start off fairly simple and then we'll build up from that. So, notepad. And door. So we've got direction of opening. Is it locked? Does it lock after use? Right, let's start with those. So direction of opening, is it locked? Does it lock after use? Will you animals stop being silly? I'm going to use the event overlap for this, rather than event tick. So let's drag this into a gate. And I want this to connect to the gate open. You're not making it very easy for me, little puppies, scooting around on the floor down there, trying to do some work, and you're all like, "Wah." Right, so it starts closed. The enter is going to be a, let's say the F key, so F key. There it is there, keyboard event. So on pressed, enter. Now we do need to allow input, so enable input. That's going to happen on an event overlap, and for that I'm going to need my player controller. So get to player controller and put it into there. Okay, so give a bit more space here. So on the F key being pressed, when we overlap, hello Pillsbury Doughboy, how are you? Good to see you. I have some noisy puppies going on in the background, so it's a little bit chaotic. 3D Palace contests, Jesus, that was a long time ago now. I'm going to start doing some Unreal Engine contests. I think that'll be fun. Maybe offer some little prizes. Anyway, I'm going to get back to focusing on this. So, if you didn't see my message I just posted, by the way, on there. Oh, you're Prime Gaming. I think you're on Twitch. Anyway, I posted hello to you, Pillsbury Doughboy, and I hope you are well. I do this a lot now. Okay, so event actor begin overlap. Okay, so enable inputs, the first thing, get player controller. On F, press key on the gate, it opens. We'll do a quick test, so I'll do a print, and it'll say hello. Compile, save. So now if I press play and wander over to it and press F, okay, so it works, but we need it to stop working when we stop overlapping. That's important. So event actor end overlap. There we go. So on event actor end overlap, we want to take that control for enabling input away again. Disable input. Put that there. Okay, so it'll only enable input while we are inside the actual area of the actor. Now, if I come down here to my gate, I know this is all working okay, so I can separate that out. And this is just going to open and shut the gate based on the direction we're going in. So, I'm going to need a timeline. So, come out the gate, type timeline. Add, and door underscore opens underscore 1. Okay, and I double click on that. Oh, Pillsbury Doughboy Satisfactory is such a good game. It really is. I love Satisfactory so much. I still do a bit of 3ds Max, but mostly I do Unreal Engine now because I love Unreal Engine a lot. I do a lot of training kind of people at a corporate level who do architecture and engineering, but also do game dev stuff, which is fun. Right, I'm going to make a float check. And I'm going to click here, R, and here, YAR. There we go. So I've got 2 keys. Key 1 is going to have a time of 0 and a value of 0. And key 2 is going to have a time value of 3 seconds and a value of 75 degrees. There we go, 75. Lovely. Now I'll zoom it. And I'm going to adjust the keys to make them a little bit smoother. There we go. Compile and save. So this is the output of this, and I'll go back to my event graph. Okay, so in my event graph I'm going to change the rotation of this door. So while it's updating, I'm going to get my new cupboard door and rotation. Let me see. So I can set world rotation or relative rotation. Bless you, you're too kind. What I'm doing at the minute is, this is the blueprint stuff, so it's very visual with blueprint, is Unreal Engine, but at the same time it's also, what's the word I'm looking for here? Oh gosh, it'll come to me. Yeah, it's very visual, very visual. Right, so new track 0. Can I do a 1 minus on this? No, I can't. Didn't think I could. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to split my new rotation, and I'm going to feed this into my z-axis. So what this means is that relatively it should open 70 degrees on its z-axis. So if I hit play, come over here and hit F, it opens like that. Now, this is the point. Let's rotate it 90 degrees. That way I've got 2 cupboard doors. Okay, and hit play. Interesting. So the second cupboard door is not opening at all, only the first one is. Let me separate these off a little bit more. Right, so that opens that way, and that opens that way, so it's relative to the door's position. Okay, so I know this is now working the way I want it to. Okay, so now I need to decide which way the cupboard is opening. So for this, really, I could do with having a doorknob on our cupboard door. So if I'll go to my cupboard door here in my viewport, and I'm just going to stick the doorknob about there, just for my reference. So add components, sphere, and I definitely don't want it that large, so 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. If there's any old 3D Palace tutorial sets you do want, by the way, just give me a shout, you know, I've still got quite a few. And they're not doing anything, so if you want anything, I mean 3ds Max, like I say, I don't tend to do it that much anymore because, well, it kind of lost its definitely lost its mojo a little bit, I think. There we go. You know what it's like though, people just kind of don't do stuff anymore, I suppose. Right, there we go, that seems okay. F. Just don't want it sticking through the back of it. There we are. Okay, so now that's in the right place. A door. Okay, back to my event graph. Now, with my event graph, our door should have 2 directions for opening. So, I can hear dogs, variable. Door, open, direction. And I'll just make that variable there, compile and save. So unchecked, check this off to reverse door opening direction. Okay, so now we can start building a pathway through this. So I'm going to move that over to there. Okay, and put a comment box on it. Enable or disable input on collision. Now, with the door open direction, I'll put that in here. So I'm going to get door opening direction, and I'm going to feed that to a branch. Okay, so now I've got flow control for my branch. And door open direction, let's say true, is going to open this one. Okay, so this is our true path. So I'll move that up to there. Actually, I think this should probably be on the other side, so I'll just take it down here. Oh, I know what you mean. Blender is very shortcut heavy. I always used to do things the long way inside 3ds Max, so I empathise greatly. I really do. I mean, obviously I use UE4 a lot. I've been using it since it was in beta, and so I'm very, very fond of it. If you prefer using Unity, that's entirely up to you, really. It's, you know, it reminds me a lot of the 3ds Max and Maya debates that we used to have back in the day. Oh, lovely. Right, now I'm going to put my door open direction here, because a lot of it's about just logical placement of where stuff goes. And I'm going to make a branch. Okay, so there's my branch there. And I've read the value of door open direction. True, hit play, so it's going to come and it's going to do this lot. Now, if the door open direction is in the other direction, then we'll have the door open go in a different way. So timeline. And this week door opens 2. So now I've got a second timeline here. And let me see, on door opens 2. I'm going to make the timeline 3 seconds again. Add a float check. Key. Stop it, puppy. 0, 0. And this one will be minus 70. 0, minus 70. Okay, just check my curves. Okay, and for that I'm going to right click auto. So I've got a nice smooth transition curve. Yep, good. That's alright, Doughboy. You enjoy that. What are you drinking at the minute anyway? Anything good? I'm not really very chatty at the minute either, because blueprints require a lot of thinking, and so I've just got to make sure I'm doing this kind of the right way. Okay, so the update goes into there and there. Okay, so now we have 2 actions came in. We have the relative rotation here and here. So we can now choose which way the door opens and closes. And I'm going to add this to a category door configuration. Okay, so I'll move this up to here. Door opens in direction 1, or door opens in direction 2. Okay, so now we have the 2 door options here. Oh, good man. 3 fucking fireballs. That's what I like to hear. Sorry, 12 fireballs, Jesus. Now that is a Christmas fireball selection. Now, let me see, I've got that and that across there. Next. Okay, I need to put in some delays. So, under door configuration, I'm going to add another variable. That'll be closing delay. So, closing delay is going to be part of the door configuration, and it is going to be a float. Tooltip: number of seconds before the door automatically closes. Now, another thing I can do as well is I can do another variable, door automatically close. So that way we can decide if the door is going to automatically close or not. And that one's going to be a boolean. Yep, that will definitely kill the pain, old son. I find I do have some I get great chronic pain in my legs, but from restless leg syndrome, but I've got some special herbal medicine I can use for that, which helps a great deal, thank goodness. Right, so door automatically close. So now we can choose, is the door going to automatically close? So on finished, let's read, is the door automatically closing? Feed that to a branch. If the door is automatically closing, then on finished, I'll just quickly tidy up my nodes. There we go. Just make this as tidy as I possibly can, because obviously it has to be red. There, that's better. Okay, so it comes into this branch and door automatically closes. If it's going to be true, then on finished, we'll just do another set relative rotation. Now I've already got the set relative rotation here to positive 70, so I'll just negative it. So I could either, reverse it, or hang on, this needs to go to play from start actually. So play from start, not from play. There we are. This needs to go to play from start as well. Now I could contain another track in here if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. I also have direction here if I wanted to. I'll just set a new timeline because I think it's going to be easier to explain and show what I'm doing. So, door automatically closes, timeline. And in our timeline we're going to play from start again. And our timeline is going to be closed door 1. Okay, and if I double click on that, make it a 2-second float track, and doop, doop. So what we're doing now is we're coming into a value of, I can fully understand Pillsbury Doughboy. Arthritis is an absolute nightmare. literally, so you have my greatest of sympathy, my friend. There we go, compile, save. Yeah, it was when my RLS got so bad that I couldn't sleep anymore. That's when I discovered the joys of special herbal medicines, and I use that basically for sleeping, which is a great help. I used to drink quite heavily actually, but I stopped simply because the hangovers were killing me, absolutely killing me. Right, so this is 70 sloping down to 0, and now I need something between play from start, otherwise it's just going to do it straight away. So for this one we're going to use the gates and the keys again. E pressed, gate. So this branch will open a gate. There we are. It should be connected to the open, and then let me see, F key pressed. So again, if you press the F key, that will then shut the door. And so we need to take a copy of set relative rotation and just put it here. Don't have a target yet, so I'm going to bring the cupboard door in. Okay, so compile and save. So now our cupboard door has a manual close. Good man, suggest it. The oil is particularly helpful. Stay away from CBD, because CBD doesn't work as well for bad arthritis, I can guarantee that. But it ain't legal here either, at all. Okay, cupboard closes door. Now, over here is, well, this is the door closing. Is door close automatic, and this should actually be false going to there, not true. So with false we'll just have a delay, so we already have closing delay here, which is set to, let's say, 5 seconds. So true, delay. To be honest, it's one of the best things, you know, it's not a medicine as such, but it certainly is a mental medicine, being able to create. If I hadn't been able to do art and create, I would have just gone insane. So, timeline, this was closed door 2. Actually, I don't even need that. I can probably just share this. Yeah, I can. So it'll go straight to there and set relative rotation. So this is the manually closed door, automatically closed door. Okay, so that's my timeline link in there and in there. Next, I need to duplicate this. Is door close automatic again. So, finished. Branch. And again, I can feed my is door closing automatically down to this. Right, now I've got my F key, so F key. I bet. The F key is there. I'll have it a bit lower just so it's out of the way. Well, it's nice having like a 3D Palace Illumini here, you see. Haven't had any of those for a while. Right, if it's false, we'll go to a gate. Just got to keep remembering your logic in your head, really. As long as you can remember the logic for blueprints, it's not so bad, because really what we're doing is it's kind of code. And there we go. Just a case of kind of remembering where everything is. Okay, so this will be closed door 2. Oops, timeline. Add a timeline, closed door 2. I should do what the guy who invented Meccano used to do, which is put loads of deliberate little errors into it so that people have to fix them to learn. I always thought that was a clever idea. Okay, there's closed door 2. Now I'm going to change the way this one works. It's got a length of 2 seconds. Add a float track, 2 keys. First key is going to be a time of 0 with a value of -70. Second key is going to be a value of 2 with a value of 0. Okay, dink dink. Yeah, man, it's cool having you around, Pillsbury Doughboy, you know. Don't worry about feeling that you have to participate in the learning stuff, you know. Hanging out and chatting stuff's cool. Especially if you've had some Fireball. It's great stuff. I always wanted to try some wild turkey. I've never tried wild turkey yet. Fireball I have tried. Alright, so closed door. And let's see. New cupboard door, set relative rotation. So I'll just copy both these. There we are. And while it updates, I will go to here. And it will update closing the door. Compile, save, make sure everything's working. It certainly seems to be, so that's good news. Okay, so now I shall cupboard close door 2. And then automatically close door will be down here. So delay. Let's link this one to this one, and that into play from start, and this will be automatically closed door 2. So just need to select it. There we are. Just so that I know exactly what each piece is. Okay, now let's go over here. This is enabling input. And this part here is, see, door opening direction. Okay, so now each block has a description, so we know exactly what each block does. The door now will open and the door will close. Now what's this branch here and why is it not? Is door closing automatically? There, let's put that in there because that's where it should be. Nice. Ah, you're in Germany. Good choice. That would explain. That explains a lot. I do like Germany. Oh, dearie me. Sorry, just stretching. Oh, I like Germany a lot. Then again, though, I've always been a fan of, you know, extremely high quality sausages and beer. So, what can I say? Okay, we've got the components here for open direction, close and delay, door automatically close. Now, some other things that I can do in my viewport. So, is door open? So under door configuration, variables, is the door open? And another variable I can put in as well would be, is the door locked? And finally, another variable is door locks after first use. Okay, because these are all things that people may or may not need. So here's some options for this. So is the door open? Is the door locked? Door locks after each use. Ah, Scottish, nice. Any idea which part of Scotland? Event graph. Construction script, here we are, this is where I need to be. Right, so if the door is open, I'm going to get this, get is the door open. And if the door is open, I'm going to feed this into a branch. Okay, if the door is open already, then the true will set the relative rotation for this actor. The actor is, in this case, the cupboard door. Get this one. So relative rotation on true. And its new rotation will be one of two values. So for this I need a second branch. So I'm going to move this along here, and this will be the door opening direction. Get door open direction. First branch. There we go. Now then, feed this condition into here. Okay, so now I've got two of these. Control. I only need one copy of this. Control W. I actually live fairly close to Scotland. I think we're about 55 miles south of the border, so that's not too bad here. Okay, now the Z angle is going to be 70 degrees there, minus 70 degrees here. Okay, so this will automatically open the door if it is open. Now, if that is the case, then we're going to have to set a flag, door already open. Let's go back to my event graph. That's all right. You've had like a few fireballs, so it's going to be a little bit of time to remember that one. I wouldn't worry too much. Now, is door close automatic? Automatic close cupboard door. Blah 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 blah. Enable disable. Input on collision. Now I need to hijack this a little bit, so I'm going to just move this over to here. And if the door is already open, which I'll feed to a branch. If the door's already open, I need to work out which direction the door opens in, so door open direction. And feed another branch. So if the door is already open, then it's going to go to here, and the two branches off this are basically just going to come straight down here and go to the cupboard close door. So I'll make this a subroutine, so check to see if the door is already open. And I'm going to just double click here just to make a little node that I can pull down into there. Okay, so check to see if the door's already open. Oh, Estonia, lovely place, lovely place. I would like to visit Estonia. Okay, so is the door open? Yes. If the door's open, it's going to continue on its merry old way. If the door is not open, it's going to go up here and open this gate. Now, if the door is already open, let me have a see. And we can go into the gate for closing the door, I suppose. So, door open direction. If it's the first option, it would go up to here and play it from start, because that's the closed door animation. Yeah, well, there's a few different options here actually. What's happening is it's configuration, it's for reusability. So if you think of it this way, our cupboard has several states that a door can be in. This is things you never have to think about when you're modelling a door, but a cupboard door has several states it can be in. So when you look at a cupboard door, it's got a direction that it can open in, so it can open towards you or away from you. That's two options. Now another one is an option when it's open, you can close it. So that's the second option. Which direction is it closing? Then is it locked? That's another set of options we can add to it. Now the option I'm working on at the moment is we're checking to see if the door's open to start with. Okay, because sometimes you come across doors that are already open. If it's already open, then rather than opening it more, we'll just close it, so we're bypassing the opening routine. It seems like an absolute code nightmare, but it's not as hard as it seems. It's just fiddly, if you know what I mean. Very fiddly. So I'll connect that one there. So what it's doing now is if the door's open, it goes, right, your door's already open. That's cool. I'll close it. There we go. So that's what this one does. Check to do if the door's already open, and then it will go through into the timeline and allow you to shut the door. We've checked that. So that is the door open in the viewport? Is the door open? Is checked. Again, the construction script, is the door open? Is checked. Next, is the door locked? So this overrides everything. So pull this back a bit more. Is the door locked? Get. Feed this to a branch. If the door's locked, it overrides everything. So clunk, false, clunk. Okay, so if the door isn't locked, we can check the next stage of the if statement, because it's a nested if now. Oh yeah, it's great. I love this kind of logic. It just keeps me like happy, you know. So another thing I can do now is if the door is locked, we shall just disable the entire event. Okay, so add on actor begin overlap. Let's just quickly check the value is door locked. Get is door locked. Branch. Branch. Because there's no point running any of the code if the door's locked. False, false. There we go. And then finally, door locks after first use. That comes all the way over here. So let's see, lock the door after use. I can feed both of these into the same one as well. So door locks after first use. Check the value of that, so I'm going to get it. Yep, that's it. You've got to think of every possibility. I mean, you know, just look at the new release of Cyberpunk 2070, which is a fantastic game. There's so many things they had to think about here. It's not surprising there's bugs. I mean, this is just one door opening, and this has been an hour of basically working out the logic of nested if statements. So imagine something really complicated. Good God. I mean, I've got Cyberpunk 2070, and I'm just letting it mature. Gonna let the patches come in, you know. Okay, lock door after first use. So get the branch. If that's going to be true, so I'll feed that into there. Feed that into there. Ooh, bugger, 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 bugger. There we go. Okay, so if that is true for door locks after first use, then is the door locked? Set on, and that locks our door. Okay, so now that's a one-shot door. Okay, and we can even kind of build a key mechanism into this if we wanted to. Okay, so I'm going to make sure my nodes are as tidy as I can get away with, because I'm teaching a lot of people that have never used blueprints before, and obviously I don't want it to be too hard for them. Well done for winning a copy of Ed 209, by the way. I loved that set. 2008 was that one? I can't quite remember. Something like that. It's been a while. And I actually, funnily enough, remember the nickname Pillsbury Doughboy. Now then, what's going on over here? Sure, not a problem. Right, let's have a look. Thank goodness for reroute nodes, that's all I can say. That's there. Okay, this all looks okay. There's a few messes in it, but nothing severe. Okay, so compile and save. Right, so now my cupboard door, just here, has my door handle on this side. A last thing I could do really, I suppose, is change the door handle, like where the door handle is. Let me see now. BP door. Where is my door settings? I should be seeing them. Oh, world settings. Ha. No problem, my friend. Oh wow, the evil villain. Nice. Yeah, man, you get some nice rest, okay? Because you deserve it. You're probably absolutely beat. I know I'm a bit tired, so it's always good, like, hearing from you, man. And you drop in and say hello when you're feeling a little bit, you know, more awake, because it'll be grand to see you. Right. Okay, so I know that's all working fine now, so that's great. Okay, I'm going to save current, and I have a reusable cupboard door. Now for the actual texture itself, what have we got here? Just got a very simple texture going on, nothing exciting. Metallic and roughness, so I'll make my roughness about 0.2, and I'll make my metallic, there we go, gives us a nice shiny plastic. Okay, so apply that to that. Let's get my new cupboard door. Open! There we go. Put that there. Do like a nice shiny surface like that. Save and done. And let me see for my door handle. I probably should go back and reopen my actual cupboard door first. Starter content, materials. Rest well. And let's have a walnut polish on that little thing, I think. So over here. Find my sphere. Type walnut. There we go. That'll give us a nice walnut look for our cupboard door handle. Just a bit of contrast. Bit old hall. Okay, so this has been an hour, and it's been a fast hour. Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just going to change my camera speed to 3. Now, what we have here is our reusable cupboard door. So when we place it into our scene, like so. You can see under door configuration now we can change the door opening direction. We can have whether the door is already open or not. See, so, and you notice how choosing the door direction, you know, alters this significantly. Another thing I can do is the door's locked, now it won't open at all, or I can have it lock after the first use. And the good thing is that door locks after first use will override is the door locked. Okay, so this is very configurable. We have 5 configurable options plus the closing delay, and it's reusable. Okay, so that's the whole point of this. Reusable, and it will work with any system in Unreal Engine because it's purely independent. It's not relying on anything else. Okay, so I think we've covered quite a lot there. I hope you found that pretty helpful. If there's anyone in my channel at the moment who wants to say hi, please do. I've been chatting to Pillsbury Doughboy, who I've known from over 12 years ago, which shows just how long I've been teaching 3ds Max for, to be quite honest, and Unreal Engine. Oh, blimey! I don't think there's any messages on the Facebook page, so that's cool. That was a hell of a bit of logic that was needed here. Now, let's go back again, and I'm going to make a new folder, which I will call Blueprints. New folder, which I will call Materials. And a new folder that we'll call Meshes. Okay, now where it says width, I'm just going to call this okay, so there we are, cupboard, simple, plastic material. I could even go as far as to allow you to change the colour of this inside of my Unreal Engine configurator that I built down here, but we'll just keep it as it is for the minute. Okay, so materials, move here, meshes, move here, cupboard door, move here. Now I'm going to right click, new folder, and I'm going to call this BP cupboard door. And I'm going to move that, and that inside it. There we go. So now this works. Okay, so it's going to work the way it's supposed to, which is cool. Okay then, so let's see, that has taken 53 minutes. Obviously it's been fairly quick in the way that I've done it. I suggest if you're wanting to follow along that you pause and go back and go over it, and then pause and go back and go over it, because it will take you some time to kind of consume all the information here. I mean, again, if I go into this and look at the blueprints that has been created, we've got a lot of nested if statements in here, and I've always loved nested if statements, to be fair. Ever since I started programming BASIC in about 1982, I've liked nested ifs. So we come in here, if statement, you know, enable input, go down, check to see if the door's already open. If it's not, enable the input, door opening direction is set, door opens in one of two directions. If it's going to close automatically, it closes automatically. If it isn't, then you have to press a key to close it. The next thing I'm going to add to this, probably tomorrow when I've got a little bit of time, is I'll record building a little widget interface for it that says, you know, oh, you're near the door, press F to open it, press F to close it. If it's open, it'll change message. And that'll be very much based on how close you are to this object. Okay, so something there for us all to look forward to. So I am going to stop recording because I need to go to the toilet. And from my puppies, which you will see now have fallen asleep, it's been a long morning of play for them, I wish you a fond farewell. Much love. I hope you're having a good Christmas or Hanukkah. And for our Muslim friends, of course, I was hoping to be in North Africa for May, and it's a damn shame that I wasn't. So hopefully I'll get to see some